Like many others, you probably wish you could skip the whole packing, moving, unpacking process altogether and magically appear in your new home where everything is in place. However, things are never that easy in real life. Moving to a new home, especially in a different state, will always be a hassle. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, and although we can't help you time travel to a future where you've already moved, we can help you make this procedure go more smoothly for you. We compiled some interstate moving tips from the pros in this video that you do not want to miss. But before we get started, my name is Judith Grace, broker owner of Top Idaho Real Estate, helping people buy and sell homes in the Boise area for the past near 2 decades. So if you are thinking about making that move, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we will be happy to help you. So let's get started with those moving tips. One of the essential interstate moving tips from the pros is to do your due diligence. Before you relocate or even start house hunting, make sure you get to know your future city and neighborhood. You don't want to suddenly find yourself in an unfamiliar environment straight after the move. That would make your first few days, weeks, or even months of living in a new place so much harder. Instead, what you should do is research your new neighborhood and even visit if you can. This will help you figure out where the schools and shops are and the best local restaurants. Moreover, you could also get to know the neighbors before the move to get some local tips from people with experience living there. Knowing that home awaits you at the conclusion of your journey is both peaceful and reassuring. So, one of the best tips experts can give you when moving interstate is to contact a real estate agent about locating a property at least a few months before your moving date. Whether you are buying or selling, you will need someone who knows the area and the local housing market, and real estate agents are your best choice. If you figured out your accommodation and set the move-in date, it's time to start planning your moving day. It doesn't matter if it's months away, you should start planning as soon as possible. Interstate movers are not easy to find, and when you actually find a reputable moving company you can trust to handle your cross-country transfer, don't take too long before you set up the moving day with them. Some days, like weekends and holidays, are more popular moving days, and some movers might charge extra. If you can make it work, your best option is to pick a random workday for your interstate move. And if you need referral, just reach out to us. Start packing early. People usually underestimate the time they need to pack all their belongings. This means they do more of the packing the day before the move and end up just throwing everything in boxes without any logic. I know I sure did it at my last move and still find unlabeled boxes of miscellaneous items. To avoid this frequent last-minute mistake, start packing as soon as you can. Every day, take a couple of minutes to pack up a few things you don't regularly use. For example, start by packing up your bookshelves and home decoration before you move on to things you use more frequently. Another common moving tip all experts in the area will point out is not to pack all your belongings. Instead, you should get rid of everything you don't use or things that have no value to you. And do this before you start packing. This is especially important if you are selling your current home and have nowhere to put your excess stuff. So why hold on to them? Why drag them across the country just so that they will sit in a garage again? By donating or throwing away the things you don't need, you will end up with less stuff to pack. And what is more important, you will have fewer things to move. This will make the whole process much easier and more straightforward. More often than not, it's tough to move heavy and carelessly packed boxes. That's why you should put more thought into the way you pack. For example, you should place heavy items in smaller boxes, whereas lighter things should go in larger containers. To avoid a top-heavy box that's difficult to handle, store heavier items in the bottom. To avoid breaking or harming objects within a box, don't leave any empty space. Fill empty spots in boxes with soft stuff like clothes, towels, bedding, or newspapers. That way, your stuff won't get damaged during the transfer because the softer things will act as cushioning. Pack documents in a distinct bin. Don't put your essential documents in a cardboard box that will be difficult to discover amid a sea of cardboard boxes. Invest in a water-resistant plastic bin to store tax documents, insurance documents, your will, passport, and other important things. That way, these goods will be safer, less likely to be damaged, and easier to locate in an event that you need to retrieve them shortly after the move. Even if you label all your boxes correctly, you can still have trouble finding all your essentials when you are moving. That is why instead of packing them with your other stuff, you should fill up one bag or suitcase with all the things you will most definitely need before, during, or straight after the move. These are the items that are necessary for you to have on hand just in case. It includes things like your clothes, toiletries, medications, and electronics. If the moving truck is delayed, you will be able to tough it for the night with this at your side. And here are my final thoughts. If you are planning an interstate move, you have a lot to go through and plan, and it's best to start doing it as soon as possible. Don't put it off unless you absolutely have to. It might all feel overwhelming right now, no doubt, but you will forget about all the stress you are experiencing after everything is over. If you follow our interstate moving tips from pros, you should be okay. You'll be able to transfer all your belongings seamlessly and start getting used to your new surroundings. So many of our clients made it from all different parts of the country, and so can you. Whether you are moving in 9 days or 90 days, have any questions, I would love to chat with you. And if you want to learn about Boise and the surrounding area, Meridian, Eagle, Nampa, Caldwell, and the rest of the Treasure Valley, make sure to check out our other channel, Moving to Idaho, where you can learn everything about what it's like to live, work, and play, and raise a family in the area. Till next time, this is Judith Grace.